When you come to a crossroad and run into the winner and the quitter in you, listen to the winner. The quitter will never take you down the road you want to travel. I believe we all have a winner in us. There is a winner inside of you. Sometimes we just have been around negativity for way too long, developed the mindset of a winner. The truth is, most people give up on their dream. Most people give up on their dream to live the average lifestyle. But it really doesn't matter what most people do. What do you do? Because you are different. You will never give up on your dream. You will never not listen to the average. You will always listen to the winner in you. You will believe in yourself when no one else does. You will believe in yourself when you have no reason to believe, and you will never, ever quit. I know some of you are going through a rough time right now. Some of you are going through the fight of your life, fighting for your future, fighting for your career, fighting for your family. Some of you are fighting for your life. And I'm telling you, don't quit. Do not give in. I know life can be tough. I know life can wear you down. But if you just stick it out, even if you don't get the result you will find, the character you show will be your reward. The fighting spirit you develop will be the reward, and it will serve you well for the rest of your life. Fight for what you want now, or fight against what you don't want later. You choose. Don't you dare quit. Don't you dare settle. Don't you dare get back down. Not today or any other day. When the tough moments come, never forget you are in that moment writing your own legacy. In that tough moment, you are setting the standard for your character. Do you have the character? Well, do you? When you come to a crossroad and run into the winner and the quitter in you, listen to the winner. When you make a commitment to yourself, you make sure you see it through. Never, ever quit. Even if you don't get the result, you will find the character you show will be your reward. Don't you dare quit. Don't you dare ever settle, and don't you dare ever back down. Fight for what you want or fight against what you don't want at a later time. And always know that God is right there with you. Just allow God to guide and direct you, and you will always be a winner.
Good morning. My name is Ralf Friedrichs. I am an author, an addiction recovery coach, a life coach, and the host of this show, the Take Your Life Back Today radio show. And you can see a video version of this if you go to YouTube on channel Take Your Life Back Today show or on Ralf Friedrichs. I want to talk about a list of foods that contain alcohol because there are a lot of people that cannot have any alcohol. When you think of alcohol, you might picture frosted glass or holding a cold martini or a blonde IPA on tap. With these inviting images, it's easy to forget that alcohol comes in many, many different forms. It's used as an additive to beauty products, cleaning supplies, and especially the foods we eat. If you're trying to avoid alcohol for health reasons such as pregnancy or maybe recovery, it's important to be mindful of not only beverages but foods that contain alcohol as well. The meats and pastas possibly have alcohol. Many meat and pasta sauces contain alcohol. This can include glazes for meats, such as whiskey-based chicken glaze or port wine reduction sauces that commonly accompany pork, beef, or pasta dishes. Because alcohol helps tenderize meat, it's often used as an ingredient in marinades. Other popular dishes containing alcohol are chicken or sirloin masala, chicken piccata, and various risottos. Also, vanilla extract. Vanilla extract, a popular additive in many desserts, contains alcohol. Vanilla extract is also included in savory dishes such as chili or meat marinade. While the alcohol usually drops to very low levels when cooked, a trace amount is still present. If you are seriously avoiding alcohol, avoid foods that have vanilla extract in them. Also, you got to be careful with liquor-filled candies. Liquor-filled candies are a popular chocolate treat where alcohol serves as a filling and is not cooked off. Government guidelines require that these candies carry a warning label denoting their alcohol content. Be sure to read packaging on candies to ensure they don't contain alcohol. Aesthetic use. Some foods use alcohol for aesthetic purposes. Restaurants may put on a show by briefly lighting dishes on fire with alcohol. This is an exciting display and also gives the food added crisp. Desserts such as bananas, forced meat, dishes like steak Diane, and ethnic dishes such as vejadas add popular fired-up foods. In these cases, the alcohol slowly burns away, but even after the flame has died, it's important to know that the food still contains alcohol. Also, you got to be careful for beer infused. Beer is used in a number of different foods, including soups, stews, and even bread. Usually food prepared with beer will state it clearly in the title. Beer bread or Guinea stew are common ones that you can read. If you're unsure, check with the waiter or the chef. Beer is also used in grilling by pouring it over the grill while the food is cooking. As a result, alcohol may be present in final products. Here's a list of alcohol types, my friends. Alcohol is widely used in the world for manufacturing, but is primarily known for alcohol beverages, which date back thousands and thousands of years. Alcohol beverages contain ethyl alcohol or ethanol, which is the only alcohol that is safe to drink. Alcohol comes in countless forms, flavors, and levels of potency. Ethyl alcohol is also present in mouthwash, perfume, and other consumer products, but the other ingredients make it dangerous to drink, so don't do it. In the United States, you must be at least 21 years old to purchase or drink alcohol. That is a law. What about wine? Well, wine is made from various fruits through fermentation. Fermentation lets the fruit decompose and break down to become alcohol. Some winemakers also add yeast to hasten the fermentation. Grapes are the most common ingredient for winemaking, but peaches, berries, and other fruits also work. Wine is usually divided into a few categories: red, white, champagne, and fortified wines. Red wines include Merlot and Burgundy, while white wines include Chardonnay, Sherry, and Madeira. Fortified wines are wines that are distilled after initial fermentation for extra potency. These include sherry and brandy, which are sometimes called spirits to their alcohol content. Wine usually contains from 8 to 15% alcohol by volume. Now, beer is one of the most commonly consumed alcohol beverages here or throughout the world. To make beer, brewers boil down barley or other grains, hops, yeast, and sugar, then ferment them with high heat. Beer ferments quickly and comes in varieties and flavors, depending on the brewer. Many domestic American beers are filtered and light with alcohol with content 3 to 6%, while micro-brewed and specialty beers with more hops and alcohol content are referred to as ales and stouts. Let's talk about liquor for a minute. Liquor, also referred to as spirits, is the name for a variety of high-potency alcohol beverages that have been distilled from grains, fruits, or vegetables. Liquor usually has an alcohol content of over 30%. After fermentation, the mixture is then superheated to produce steam and has a higher percentage of alcohol. The Arabs discovered distillation sometime in the 14th or 15th century. Common liquors include whiskey, gin, vodka, rum, and tequila, all which have many variety flavors and alcohol percentages. Not all types of alcohol are potable or safe for human consumption, so be very careful. For an example, rubbing alcohol, also called isopropyl alcohol, works as a disinfectant and a cleanser for household cleaning and medical use. Methyl alcohol, or methanol, is another name for alcohol made from wood. Methanol is a key component for formaldehyde and other industrial chemicals for the manufacture of vinyl chlorides and polymers. Can kids eat beer brats? Cooking with alcohol is one of the best ways to develop complex layered flavors in food. Not only does wine and beer add flavor and aroma to the food, but the added acidity alters the food chemistry in interesting and pleasant ways. For an example, beer brats, a summertime favorite, take a fuller, earthly, or I should say earthy flavor, and a juicy moistness when they are being boiled in beer prior to hitting the grill. However, especially special precautions must be made when adding alcohol to food prepared for children. Reasons for using beer as a cooking medium. Typical beer brats are prepared by boiling bratwurst in beer or beer and water mixture and then grilling the sausage until brown. Several different reactions are happening in the beer solution at the same time. First, the acidity of the beer is denaturing the proteins in the sausage's casing, which will enhance the Maillard reaction, leading to a deeper browning and fuller development of caramelized flavors in the sausage, and making the casing tender. Second, osmotic pressure draws some of the cooking liquid into the broth, infusing the sausage with beer flavor. Finally, as alcohol has a lower boiling point than water, the final temperature of the broth will be 10 to 15 degrees lower than that of broth cooked in pure water, leading to a gentler cooked sausage. Cooking off the alcohol, my friends, considering that the broth will drink up some of the beer, not all of the alcohol will cook off. There is no known cooking method that will fully remove added alcohol from food. According to research conducted by United States Department of Agriculture Nutrient Data Laboratory, different cooking methods retain different amounts of alcohol retained. For an example, alcohol added to boiling liquid contains 85% of retains 85% of the food alcohol. Foods that happen flash ignited retain 75% of the alcohol, and foods stored overnight will see 30% of the alcohol evaporated away. Let me give you some food for thought. Most beer brands have an alcohol content of 5%. Considering a 12-ounce bottle of beer has less than 2 tablespoons of alcohol, and that a bratwurst drinks about a tablespoon and a half to 3 tablespoons of the boiling liquid when cooking, there may not be enough alcohol in the sausage to cause a noticeable effect. In reality, there may be more alcohol in the bun the broth will sit on, because the alcohol production during the bun dough yeast fermentation, depending on how long the dough was risen, and if the dough is sourdough, then in the broth itself. So these are the things that you need to pay attention to. Folks, precautions and my final thoughts. In the long run, it is unlikely that a beer broth will make a child drunk. However, in serving beer broths, it's important to be conscientious and let people know as a host. Many cannot consume alcohol, even in symbolic quantities, because of religious or moral reasons. It is important to take into consideration who will be eating the broth before offering it to them. Be smart, be wise. Follow USDA recommended safe food handling guidelines. Cook foods to proper temperatures, and avoid holding food in the danger zone temperatures between 41 and 140 degrees Fahrenheit for too long, prolonged time. How much alcohol does sparkling wine have, my friends? Some of you might ask. Sparkling wines are often used to celebrate holidays, milestones, and achievements. Wedding guests will toast the bride and groom with a glass of bubbly, and revelers often pop open a bottle of champagne to ring in the New Year's. It is produced and enjoyed around the world, and the types of sparkling wine vary in taste as well as in alcohol level. So be careful with that as well. There are some different types. Some of the many types of sparkling wine include champagne from France, Prosecco and Asti from Italy, Cava from Spain, and domestic sparkling white wine. Alcohol content can vary specifically under the different sparkling wines. Some of the sparkling wines have grapes that are made from both white and red grapes. Expensive champagnes use extremely high quality grapes, while inexpensive domestic sparkling wines often use inferior grapes. Chardonnay and Pinot Noir grapes are popular grapes to make sparkling wine from, but it varies from country to country. The fermentation process. The grapes that are sparkling wine is made from a harvested earlier than those picked from still wine. By harvesting early, the grapes do not have as high sugar content. This eventually translates to lower alcohol content because the sugar turns into alcohol during their fermentation process. Grapes that have harvested early also have a higher acidity level and lower pH rating. These are the things that give sparkling wines their crispness. I hope all this information does help you, because there are most of us, or a lot of us, that cannot have wine due to recovery issues, but also there are some of you for religious issues. Call me at 844-405-HELP. Together we can help each other take our lives back. Be good to yourselves and always be good to each other. And remember, a simple smile to a total stranger can change their life, can even change your life. May God bless each and every one of you, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. And because of religious purpose for some of you, because of recovery for some of you, like myself, stay away from alcohol foods that contain alcohol. Take good care, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.